Ladies and gentlemen, two clips from the Cameron J.Cole interview done dropped on the culture and shaking things up. Now, shout out to both of them for this interview. Shout out to the way they rolled it out. It was going already a dope interview. Now, I was going to do the whole interview, but it was like an hour and a half long. So I was like, let me just grab this clip. But if you guys want me to react to the whole interview, do like a live stream, let me know. We got two very interesting clips that we're going to react to here. And I got some feelings about this too, obviously. It's my channel. I'm just giving my opinion. Cole on Kendrick Lamar diss track in the 7-minute drill. Let's go.
This is what I do.
Right.
Let me say just enough
Right.
to where it looked like I diss, like it looked like I said something. Everything I'm saying to him, I know, and he know it's all survivable. You know what I mean? It's nothing I'm hitting him. I'm not hitting no fatal blows. But it'll be just enough to be like, all right, nigga.
You said something.
You said, now you gonna come back. I know this is my man. He gonna come back. He gonna say something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably give me a line or two or give me a whatever.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, you got that, cool. Now let's get to this album and really fuck him up. You know what I mean? In my mind, right? Like, but mind you, it's a decision made out of like non-clarity.
Right.
But through that non-clarity, it seemed like my best option, right?
Right.
Boom, we put out Might Delete Later 2 days.
Now, I will say, so basically he's saying that he just dissed Kendrick enough, gave him some survivable punches, nothing that will cut too deep. And I guess maybe, and I don't care what the stands feel because, stands gonna stand. But I guess I just am really like from the battle rap culture and cloth because what isn't survivable? Jay-Z survived Ether. Even Cole survived it. Cole didn't sell any less records after the apology, 7-minute drill, whacked out murals. He didn't. I guarantee you, Iceman is still gonna do numbers. What isn't survivable? I swear to you, I keep saying like maybe it's because I've seen battles where people have said the most earth-shatteringly crazy things to people, and then afterwards dapped up and was drinking in the club. So I don't quite understand what that means. Is he saying because he didn't like get personal? Because that's a complete different. Because I went back, because I read the headline of this, so I went back and looked at the lyrics of 7-minute drill. And are you saying because you didn't bring up like his wife or didn't say it, then those are survivable? Because you did say he was irrelevant. You did say that his music was gassed. You're going to his art. And you did say going at him would be like swatting a fly, right? Now, to some people be like, okay, that'd be like, but it wouldn't really make sense in the narrative of the story. If Cole thought Kendrick got offended or took it seriously that Cole said him and Drake were the best, were the only two best, that's it, it's just me and Drake, right? Why would he not think those other things Kendrick would take a certain way too? You know what I mean? And I guess that's just Cole being oblivious, but it doesn't really make sense because the first thing you said was just on some competitive, I'm better than you, you're not a part of this. So when you come back and say, your album was gas, that shit was trash, me going at you would be like swatting a fly, you nowhere on my level, da-da-da-da-da. I think Kendrick would take that a type way too. And once we get in the battle, we get in the battle. So I get what he's saying. I just want to throw out something and then walk the band. But I also feel like Cole has said that there wasn't really a lot to diss Kendrick on. There wasn't really a lot to drop on Kendrick. There wasn't a lot. So to me, I don't know if it's he just dissed him enough or if it's buyer's remorse. Because it's only survivable because the people looked at it a certain way. But I do remember, people are rewriting history of this moment. It's so crazy because it's all documented. Go back, especially to some of those Cole Stan pages. Go back to whoever the people who be on, a lot of people be going online and the J.cole stands. If you see, I guarantee you if you go back to the timeline, and I'm asking you to do this. If you see this on Twitter, people like, defending J.Cole vehemently, that's cool, that's their prerogative, shout out to them. But I bet you if you go on their timeline and scroll to when Might Delete Later dropped, they were not saying that, they weren't kumbaya, let's all get along. I bet they were the ones, because I remember niggas agreeing, Kendrick shit was gassed. Man, y'all been gassing Kendrick. I went back and listened to Kendrick, he is right. So how is it survivable because the masses didn't take it? But if the masses would have accepted what you said, that would have been damaging. Because now he's the paperweight champion. You're saying that his music is he's not as good as you want. That's very scathing because it's just that yours didn't land. This is the difference between why Drake, why Cole are both in the wrong. The difference is y'all shot at him with what you had too. Y'all just didn't stick as much as his did. That's all it is. Ain't no victims. There is no victims in this battle. It's not that when I say I hate this victimized mentality, it's not that Kendrick was the victim. I even made a tweet where I said, well, if you think about it, if you want to play the victim Olympics, Kendrick at one point was getting dissed by both these people, no matter if he were canceled or not. But at the end of the day, there's no victims. These are all grown men, grown rappers who at some point have battled somebody before, except for Kendrick. But Kendrick came and showed out.
We put out Might Delete Later 2 days before Dreamville Fest, and that song is last.
And also, this is the way that J.Cole disses people. If you go back and listen to his Lil Pump, Smoke Perp diss, it's a diss guised in advice. But he's dissing them throughout the whole thing. So it's not, it's just, oh man.
Right, we just throw it on there, boom, boom. The second it comes out, and I'm seeing the right away what I did. Right. Instantly what I did was like, oh, you instantly divided off rip. You created a dividing line.
Right.
Where you forcing the world
to pick a side.
Niggas hear this and the logic makes sense to them. Cole, there's gonna be a dividing line in a battle. Cole, you are a very smart man. I've watched you your whole career. Brilliant at sometimes. My nigga, you knew that when you dissed this man, there was gonna be a split. It's two people. And Cole is too much of a hip hop head and too much of a hip hop historian. When has that ever happened? When has that ever happened? When has one nigga diss one nigga and everybody just said, it's okay. We're all together. Nigga, it's going to happen. It's no different than, that's like the Heat playing the Lakers and thinking that, well, I thought they were rooting for everybody. I didn't know they were going to choose one team or the other. What? You didn't know that when you dropped a battle, it was going to divide. It's not a divide. It's just, the divide is a superficial divide. The divide is, here goes this battle. I'm on this side or I'm on this side. I like this one better than I like this one. That's how it works. What did you want to happen? Everybody go, no, we like them all the same amount. That doesn't make sense.
To pick a side.
To pick a side. And to, if they fuck with you, they got to slander him.
Right.
And they taking some of the shit you said, thinking it's survivable and thinking it's just some light shit, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
They taking what you said and they giving it gas and they giving.
That's exactly what I said. You thought, that's why I said that whole, so even he just said that survivable comment, that's why it didn't make sense. Survivable is in the eye of the beholder. You can't send a diss out into the world and be like, oh, this is survivable. It's about how people interpret it and take it. Anything is survivable, like I said. Ether got put in the dictionary, bro. Like, everything is survivable. What does that mean? But the people decide that. The people. The people could have decided you're just a little pump. Oh, he just giving advice to survive. But they didn't. They decided, yeah, he's right. It's over for you, nigga. So
light. And then my thought becomes, oh, fuck. I done fucked up. I done misrepresented myself.
Right.
I done
That wasn't your intention.
That wasn't my intention.
Right.
My intention was some bullshit, honestly. Right. My intention was fraudulent to begin with. You pretending. It's like a nigga pull his gun out and like, that's just my analogy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, nigga pull his gun out and just shoot a nigga toe or something.
Right.
It's like, I shot him, you know what I mean? It's like, the intention, you only did it because you was worried about how everybody looked around you, you know?
Oh my God, that's the perfect metaphor. Cole, you broke down the way I look at this perfectly. Oh my God. There's going to be stands who don't and are going to hear that and yeah. So pay attention, right? It would be more like there's two niggas fighting, right? Two niggas fighting. You and Kendrick or you and Drake together talking shit. And then Kendrick pulls up and be like, what y'all mean? Let's put it in high school. It's like, no, let's not. Let's put it in the hood. It's like you and Drake be like, we run this hood. me and this two niggas, we run this hood. Don't nobody else run this hood but us. And then it's like, Kendrick walking by like, what do y'all mean? It's my hood too. I call shots here too. And then you're like, okay, all right. And then a crowd forms. And then now you're like, oh, the crowd wants me to fight. So then you up your gun. The crowd didn't say up your gun. The crowd just formed. You upped your gun. You shot Kendrick. You went to shoot him at the toe. You missed. And then it would be like you turning around to the audience and being like, you see what y'all made me do? I apologize. It was really y'all fault. What? There's going to be people in the audience be like, oh, what, nigga? What do you mean? What? It was y'all fault I shot that nigga in the toe. So then when Kendrick ups the baby Draco and gets a on you, you can't go, like, what do we? That's the perfect metaphor, bro. You upped your gun, right? Even if you thought it was an overreaction, you upped your gun. Shot at his toe. Nigga said, oh, shit. Nigga shot at the nigga toe. Even if the crowd was like, oh, shit. Y'all still, like, what? So, yeah, nigga, this is why there's certain people who are going to be like, anytime you bring up that fight, we're going to look at you like, especially if you drop Porter and Tony being like, hey, if I wanted to shoot him in the head, he would have been shot. That is like, what?
I mean, so my intention was some bullshit.
Right.
So with your intention being some bullshit, then me seeing the result of like, oh my God, look what I'm giving life to. And then on top of that, oh God, do this nigga think?
Yeah, so, I mean, even Cole is saying it. It's more that, like, it's the reaction. It's the backlash. He was reactionary throughout the entire thing, according to him. He only dissed because of the reaction, the backlash to the people, I guess. And then he apologized because of the people. And then the reaction was the people's fault. And then here's a clip where this nigga Cole is speaking about Diddy. And yeah, bro. I'm highlighting this because it kind of speaks to my issues with Cole. And, you know, there's going to be people on the, I guarantee you there's going to be Cole stands and bots. They're going to be like, why are you still talking about this? As if this isn't the most relevant thing in hip hop right now that everybody's talking about because they just are running PR for Cole. But to the real hip hop fans, the real hip hop heads, and the real men in the world, this one was important to me because it kind of says a lot.
So, yeah, explain that.
Nah, you know what? I damn near wish I could because it's such an ill story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, this is about the story of him fighting Diddy.
It's such an ill story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But matter of fact, we did a podcast, me and Eve,
okay,
like a year and a half ago, where we kind of ran through like the first part of my career up until Forest Hills Drive.
Right.
And we had a bonus episode that was the whole episode was just about that night.
Okay.
And that altercation, right?
Right.
And we was gonna put it out because at that time, you know what I mean? Like me and Puff, like we hadn't had no problem for years. Even after that, like it was cleaned up quick and we was in a good spot.
Right.
But you know, Puff was on the song that I had on off season and like, so we was gonna put it out thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit happened with him.
Right.
And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna keep it real. This was the perfect clip because this is where you see if a nigga is a stan or not. This is exactly where you see, because there's gonna be niggas who are gonna try to spin that and make that make sense. I can't respect any of that. I could respect, you know, not put it, because there's gonna be people like, oh, well, you're mad because Cole didn't want to gossip about the story? No, it's his prerogative to tell that story or not tell the story. We all knew that story happened, and he hadn't told the story for years. It's the reason why he didn't tell the story. He is telling you, he did not tell this Diddy story to protect Diddy. Matter of fact, the nigga said specifically not to kick Diddy when he's down. And I made a tweet, and I gotta read this tweet because this is Diddy when Cassie was down. And I gotta make this tweet for all the Diddy apologists. I said, he ain't want to kick Puff while he was down, ... Meanwhile, Puff when Cassie was down. This, SMH, why are there still men who defend this nigga? Like, what? This nigga damn near trying to make Diddy sound like a victim. This is my exactly, supposed to be exact, this is exactly my problem with this nigga Cole sometimes, man. Stand for something or on something, even if it's uncomfortable or might hurt a relationship. This is La Russell levels of misreading the room. This is even Diddy was heaven sent, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna get passionate because this drives me crazy. So if y'all want to do, he's gassing on Cole, it's because of the apology. This is why real men, real niggas, hip-hop fans, hip-hop heads were really mad about this apology. It's not about the apology. It's the habitual not standing on anything. It's the fear of confrontation to the point where you start not meaning anything. Bro, Cole has gotten so far into his victimization complex. He is in the process of making Diddy a victim. And it's almost like God or the universe made him say the words, I ain't want to kick him while he was down. This is the exact problem with the apology. It wasn't that he apologized to Kendrick. It was that was a time when you went, Cole, you really don't be standing for nothing. You really be throwing rocks and hiding your hand a lot. That's like your special move. And as somebody who's listened to your whole career, you definitely are like, for who you said you were in your records and with battle raps, you're lying. Are y'all serious, bro? Why would you say this? Why would you, bro, what if that story would have helped Cassie? What if Cassie would have been like, well, maybe I'm not the only one getting whooped out here. He got his comeuppance too. Bro, I'm gonna keep it gangster. If I wash a nigga, right? And then it comes out that he was beating on women, I'm back. Understand, I'm back. I got a whole PR rollout. Oh, you ain't do that when I was yoking you? Where was you when when I had you by the collar? Where was you at? Where was all that? There are certain things in this world that I cannot do, and this is one of them. We watched him. I ain't want to pile on him. I ain't want to kick him while he was down. Are you goddamn serious, my nigga? Here's the worst part. Some Diddy allegations, we don't know honestly if they're true, even though some Diddy allegations might be allegations. But one that isn't is what he did to Cassie. And you know why? Well, I'm not saying the others aren't true. I'm just saying the one that we have on camera is that. Are you serious, Cole? Bro, you getting so far into this, I'm afraid to. This is that habitual fence rider. That's why I'm telling you, this is a common phrase. You can Google it or you can go, I'm sure someone's tweeted it. The most dangerous person in this world is somebody who plays both sides of the fence. They are way more dangerous than your blatant enemies. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, what the, really, Cole? I ain't wanna jump on him when he's down, you know. I ain't wanna kick when he's down. I was trying to show him some love, you know. I was trying to help him out, you feel me? Nah, digga. A Diddy apologist is insanity. I hope he cleans it up, bro.
It felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news and the world more ammo.
I got what you're saying.
Just destroy this dude.
It might have helped somebody maybe paint him as a violent person, and maybe, you know, because, you know, we don't want to paint him as that. Why would we do that? He said that might make the news think, you know, he a bad person. So I'm gonna, you know, because I got to run PR for my nigga.
It wasn't a good time to put it out. It
wasn't a good time. So similarly right now, it's like, I want to tell it because it's ill, but I'm like, nah.
That's the lamest shit J.Cole's ever done. That's worse than the apology. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all keep standing. Y'all keep trying to pretend like this makes sense. I'm sure you're going to in the comment section. But, all right. Okay. All right, Cole. I'll be here when you drop a song. But Lord have mercy, bro.